Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lesson 1.1 Basics of Entrepreneurship with Elite Youth Business Academy. My name is Guhan,
And I'm Soham.
and today we're going to be going over this lesson. So, starting off, we just want to quickly talk about the difference between a business success and a failure. Even though there are several opportunities for success in the business world, such as Microsoft, Apple, and Google, there's also a very high chance of failure. According to recent studies, only about half of newly founded companies last for more than 5 years, and even less survive for longer periods of time. This means that even if we start a business today that we are confident would succeed, at the end of the day, only half of them will survive, and there are certain skills that we can do to make sure that our business is a part of the lucky half. Is part of the lucky half. Major factors that contribute towards a business success or failure are access to quality forms of capital machinery, the founder's education level, and reasons for starting the company. Additionally, the owner's actual experience in running a business can be the deciding factor when it comes to success. With more experience, the chances of being a successful entrepreneur are higher. This is why entrepreneurs such as Elon Musk um, and Bill Gates are able to create multiple successful businesses. So now I want to ask you guys a question. Why do you want to do a business? Many people start their own company so they can be in charge of their own company and be their own boss and make a lot of money for themselves. However, this is not the only or most important reason why you should be starting a business. Many people have other reasons for starting a business, especially successful companies. What other reasons do people have for starting a business? Some answers to questions like these may be a personal mission they may have. They want a way to create money that has high risk but high reward. They want to have times that work best for them, and etc. We'll be going over more of these in future slides. So now moving on to the table of contents and what we're going to be talking about today. First, we're going to be talking about what entrepreneurship is. We're going to be talking about how to find the opportunity. Next, we're going to be moving on to what defines a business success or failure. And lastly, we have a few questions as practice before you guys move on to the worksheet.
Hi guys. So first off, we're going to start off with some entrepreneurship. Basically, to define some key terms, entrepreneurs are people who own, operate, and take the risk of a business venture that they start themselves. Entrepreneurship itself is actually running the business, the process of running a business, which is kind of something you want to differentiate from just simple entrepreneurs. Then there's employees, people who are hired to work for the entrepreneurs or some other business manager and as part of a big corporation or just small company. This person does not assume business risk, and it's very important to know because like all the business risk usually goes onto the entrepreneurs. Lastly, there's integrity plus ethics. This is basically how a business owner should conduct themselves in public and when they're conducting any business operations, and also how they run their own business. So, to run a successful company, an entrepreneur needs to find unmet needs in the marketplace and their industry to find like something that can actually work with. Basically, like find an opportunity. Because if there's no opportunity, the business is like almost 100% chance of being unsuccessful, and the entrepreneur being on the streets and completely broke. The next thing is providing. The entrepreneur need to find some type of good or service they can provide to meet that specific opportunity or need in the market. Lastly, they need to find if their business idea is actually profitable and successful. Otherwise, there's no point in even going into the business, right? Because you want to make sure you get the most profit as possible, while also making the difference in your community. There are four main types of businesses. I'm going to start off with the first one here. It's manufacturer. Basically, these companies produce the products that they sell according to resources and supplies, such as and these companies can include cars manufacturers, farmers and farmers markets, etc. And then next we have the retail business. Basically, these companies sell products directly to people who consume them, such as Walmart, Target, or CVS. Third, we have the wholesale business, who sells products to other businesses or consumers in bulk packages. They buy their goods from manufacturers and then they sell it to retailers or service companies. Some examples of these companies are Costco, restaurants, and Home Depot. Lastly, we have the service industry. Basically, these guys sell their services rather than products to consumers, and these can be like hotels, repair shops, hair salons, general restaurants as well, technically. And yeah, other business areas include agricultural businesses and extraction businesses. So to talk about agricultural businesses, these guys like are farmers. Basically, they generate fresh produce and foods that they sell to other companies like wholesale businesses like Costco, where Costco can sell this stuff at like Whole Foods Market. And then extracting businesses basically like just unearth resources under the ground, like such as fossil fuels that can be consumed and used for the rest of society. So like coal mines, oil, rock extraction, and also can extract fossil fuels to use for like fuel for cars and just like energy in general. And now we're going to talk about why people become entrepreneurs. So basically, many people become entrepreneurs for many different reasons. So one of them could be their schedule. They want to leave their fast-paced corporate life to set their own schedules and become their own boss. Other reasons could be like a personal dream that they've had for a while, a personal passion that they want to actually pursue and make good on now. Another reason is like if you're lazy like me, you want to stay at home and earn an income while also taking care of other responsibilities, like being lazy. And then there's several others. Like it's basically what you want to do to become an entrepreneur.
So now moving on to entrepreneurial opportunities and where you can find success in the future. So recognizing good opportunities is really important for an entrepreneur. Many of the world's most successful businesses began solely with one individual seeking a great opportunity to start a business and implementing his or her business strategy to make the company successful as a result. These entrepreneurs continue to play an important part in the economy, as will new business strategists in the future. For example, countries like America rely heavily on small family-owned businesses to increase the national gross domestic product, or GDP. In fact, the US Census Bureau reported that in 2012, there were over 22 million businesses in the country, with small businesses with less than 500 employees making up 99.9% of that total. That means companies like Apple or Google are just a small part of what really makes up the US economy. These small companies help to generate so many jobs every year and help contribute several $billion to the United States economy. So now we're going to be going over examples of successful entrepreneurs. For example, Starbucks Coffee, after being founded in 1971 as a smaller business in Seattle, a short trip to Italy was enough to inspire the owner to set up espresso bars, and soon enough, businesses started booming. Today, Starbucks has close to 21,000 stores in 65 countries. All of us know what Starbucks is, and the name is so popular because of the success of the initial entrepreneur. Now moving on to Microsoft. It was founded in 1975 by good friends Bill Gates and Paul Allen, and is known all over the world today for its Windows operating desktop, Xbox, and internet browser. In fact, Microsoft's innovations and investments are what led to multiple other tech giants like Apple and Google forming. Both founders had an early interest in the growing industrial field of computer technology and exploited it to their best abilities based on their prior interest and experience. Now moving on to entrepreneurial ventures and job creation. While small businesses drive most of the job creation in America across various different industries, entrepreneurial ventures are still available, even during recessions or inflations during the economy. When this happens, bigger corporations tend to play more conservatively by laying off employees and saving money wherever possible. However, small businesses have much less to worry about since they have less assets to lose. This allows them to take more risk than larger businesses can afford, which results in a greater increase in worker productivity to create more goods and services at a faster rate. This is why, especially during the pandemic, for example, large businesses were forced to lay off multiple of their workers, whereas small businesses, especially those that worked online, were able to grow, such as Zoom was able to expand exponentially. After the economic recession of 2008, Congress passed the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act to help revive the U.S. economy. This led to an increased support of small businesses, such as a $30 billion subsidy for tax relief and an additional $13 billion for any loans or equity capital that was able to sustain these small businesses during this difficult situation.
So now we're going to be going over success or failure in entrepreneurship. So we're going to go over a business pitch, which is basically can determine like whether you're a successful business or a complete failure. Basically, a business success is carried about by various different factors like capital, motive, education, whatever Guhan discussed earlier. But it also largely depends on the entrepreneurial experience that the founders of the company themselves have. If they're just a complete rookie to the industry, then they have a high chance of failing. Obviously, it's not always going to happen, but it's very high chances of failure. But if you're more experienced as an entrepreneur, you have more chance of success. That's not to say it's going to be a complete success, but you have a slightly increased chance of running a successful business. Millions of people can have great business ideas but little experience to back up their plan. That's why it's so important to create a business pitch to help themselves and investors understand what the company is even about, what kind of product they're selling, and just like generally to understand the idea behind their company through facts, charts, and graphs. This also helps entrepreneurs detail how they plan to achieve their business goals, and as well as to get their ventures noticed by potential rich investors, venture capitalists, etc. um, uh, to add on, social networking can also allow these entrepreneurs to connect with peers around the world to build a network of mentors, and also just customers who can help them give advice, also buy their products to support the business. As lastly, these business founders can also seek help from incubators who provide an office space, as well as training for rookie entrepreneurs, on how to manage a company and how to hire people, how to properly sell and market a product, etc. So now I'm going to ask you guys 3 questions. I want you to think quickly and answer as best as you possibly can. The first question: how does entrepreneurship impact the economy? Okay, guys. So if you've understood that question, let's go on to the next one, and make sure to pause the video and just go over it before, and then so you can understand it a little bit better. Question 2: list some traits that you believe a successful entrepreneur has to have. Okay, so I'm gonna assume you guys are done answering the question, and just do your best. And the last question: what are 3 factors that determine a business's success? All right, guys, I hope you got all that down. Yeah, we're gonna go to the next slide. These are the answers here. So the first one is entrepreneurship impacts the economy by creating jobs, fostering innovation, and increasing competition between businesses to improve product and service quality. Also, increases foreign investment plus taxes, so which is good apparently. Taxes are bad though. Don't get taxed. Then there's list and traits an entrepreneur has to have. Basically, they need resilience, creativity, strong work ethic. They need to be highly motivated, and they need to be willing to take risks, because if you don't take risks, you're never going to succeed. And they also need to be able to adapt to different circumstances, like highs and lows throughout the business. They need to be effective problem solvers. They need to have a clear vision that never wavers or changes in any way. They also need to be able to communicate and inspire other people around them to get good motivation and good productivity from the employees. And lastly, they need to be able to be a strong networker, build new communications with investors or mentors to help them run their business. And the last question: what are 3 factors that determine a business's success? This can be adequate capital, employees, owner's education, motive for starting a business experience, and traits or skills. So if you put all that, good job. If you didn't, try again. And also, I just want to include for the last question that this doesn't always guarantee complete success. There's never 100% chance of success. It's just how much work you put in, and just how much profit you get from that. It's although however much work you put in, it's generally a game of luck, because luck will eventually determine all the future outcomes. So yeah, I just want to say good work, and we're gonna go on to the next slide. Here's a joke we're gonna talk about. So my friend told me to invest in a business with swords.
He made some excellent points.
One excellent joke, Guhan.
Did you guys understand the joke? Basically, it's a business with swords and points, because he wanted me to invest in it.
No, that was not funny. You didn't have to explain the joke, bro.
Okay, my bad, guys. So thank you so much for listening to today's video. If you guys do have any questions, feel free to email us or go visit our website for any other contact information. And we do hope to see you for the next video. See you later.